So, today I will be discussing educational and support groups to best address advocacy and diversity at Primary Care Solutions. For today, I will be discussing the program benefits to foster care parents, educational and support groups and what these look like, and the differences between them. For my third discussion, I will be talking about the barriers of implementation, and last but not least, the strengths of the program. So first and foremost, this would be weekly educational and support groups / programs that would be held at Primary Care Solutions in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which leads me to my second point. Primary Care Solutions doesn't hold any groups or programs for foster care parents. I think it's important to note that Primary Care Solutions doesn't hold any type of groups for any of our populations that we address. So it would be the first of its very kind. Additionally, it would allow foster care parents to learn from the agency and from each other, which leads to my second point. It would increase support from the agency that the foster care parents need, and it gives them tools to bring back home to utilize. First, the educational program, I kind of see this as a continual open group that would meet once a week to teach foster care parents about any topic that they feel would best be beneficial to them. So I say continual open group for educational programs because continual groups would allow foster care parents to begin or leave at any time they want to. Additionally, the educational program would have different types of topic every week. So one week it might be behavior modification tools. Another week might be transition process and teaching parents about that. The next week would be methods of redirection that can be used on children. So the foster care parents can join whenever they feel a topic would best benefit them. The way that I see educational programs to choose kind of what topics would help the foster care parents is to do handout surveys. The surveys would address what they feel would be best educational to them and what they need to be taught. So the surveys would be the best way to do that. Next, the support group. So I see this kind of starting as one group of one individual group of foster care parents, with the director of foster care as leader of the group. I say only one specific group because, like I said previously, not foster care, but Primary Care Solutions has never started kind of a support group or educational group, so we don't know how many foster care parents would be interested in doing this, and we just don't know how many foster care parents would show up. So one group would be most beneficial just for the beginning processes of the program. Additionally, the director of foster care would be the leader of the group because she, in Primary Care Solutions' instance, is the best person for this. I say that because she knows the most history about the cases, the children, the parents. She's just very well knowledgeable of these individuals that we take care of. So it'd be a closed group that would meet once a week. The similarity to educational groups would be that it would meet once a week. But the difference is that it's a closed group. The closed group would be beneficial, and I say that because it would allow foster care parents to open up and feel like they can really express any personal trauma that they are feeling or that the child is going through. And it would also increase their feeling that it's a safe space for them to support one another through the process. A lot of the foster care parents have been there for many years, and others have just begun being a foster care parent. So I kind of see the support group more leaning towards people who are new to foster care and people who have done it for many years, just so they can increase the support to one another through the process. So some barriers of beginning this type of programs would be transportation. A lot of our consumers have trouble with transportation, mainly because those who are taking public transportation, it usually takes them a long time, or they would go on the wrong bus, or whatever it might be. Transportation is the biggest issue and biggest barrier of beginning this type of program, especially if it's held at the agency. A lot of consumers that do take public transportation says that it takes roughly around 1 to 2 hours sometimes. Additionally, surveys on educational programs could create bias. So foster care parents that do answer the survey can skew the educational topics to one or two particular topics that would only benefit them. So it would skew and maybe not benefit the entire population. The director of foster care might feel like she's overworked or overstressed. She's just one individual that works for foster care, so she might feel like she is doing a lot within the agency. And because it's such a small agency, she already does a lot. So having her be the leader of the support group might be too much. Additionally, the cost of the programs, Primary Care Solutions doesn't really know what we need in order to begin these programs, or what we will need in the process of it, which leads me to my last point, which is the process of the program. The reason why it's a barrier is because, like I previously stated, this is the first of its kind. We've never had a group of individuals come together at the agency to either support or educate one another, or the agency to support or educate them. So the agency honestly does not know the entire process and what needs to go into it, so that would be a big barrier. Additionally, the agency would have to ask or answer types of questions such as how will I get foster care parents interested? What day and time would best work for them? Additionally, what room would we hold the groups? The Primary Care Solutions it's not a very big agency. It's literally one level. So it'd be difficult to kind of see what type of room we would be able to fit into. So this leads me kind of to the strengths of the programs that they would bring. It would increase support, so it would increase peer-to-peer relationships and increase the feeling that the support that foster care parents need through this process. It would also improve home life for children and foster care parents. It would improve home life because a lot of foster care parents kind of struggle with behavior modification, or whatever they struggle with. It might actually improve their home life and improve how they handle a lot of situations they go through. It would also improve agency to parent relationship, so the agency would benefit from this as well by creating even more of a personal relationship with the foster care parent. Which leads me to my summary. So we talked about the benefits to foster care, the benefits that it would bring to foster care parents, which would support equals improved overall well-being for the foster care parents. We also described the educational and support groups. We indicated barriers for beginning this type of program and identified some strengths, which one strength would be a peer-to-peer relationship, and that they would be able to benefit one another. So that is the best way that I feel advocacy and diversity can be best addressed at Primary Care Solutions. Thanks.